our 2020 ChampSpeak trip. So, travel trip will be to places that include Ghana, the Parliament of Malaysia, Sunway University, Jeffery Center of Sustainable Development, Petaling Street, Malaysian Youth SDG Summit, and Kebun-kebun Bangsar. And we're gonna share about our experience and things we learned through that whole trip. So let's welcome our first speaker, Kai.
During our lunchtime, the summit director, Joel, approached us and give us a chance to talk with a refugee. His name is Mr. Farouk, F-A-R-O-U-K. And then he told us that born in Myanmar, and when he's sharing with the help of his eyes that he really thought that the world for that. And then he described himself as a God, right? As a God. Like it's focus and feel that he's captured in a cage. So I think that it's really thank God that he's now helping the people like him in this area. So I think I really appreciate him that he's doing what he can to help the people. Next is Buku Jalanan Chow Kit. It was a bit out of expectation that the kids there are having mobile phones on their phone, hand. And then I thought most of them are born undocumented and didn't go to places like Kuala Lumpur. But actually, the kids which I interviewed, they said they went to Legoland and some of the food. So I'm very happy with that. I think it's a bit shocking because before that I thought the children at Buku Jalanan Chow Kit is a bit like very poor, like not like us, not so desperate like us. So it's a bit out of expectation. The next one is Sunway University. Most of the projects and programs that they share didn't give me a wow factor. But for some of it, like the sun water and the SDG goal that they touch is like just foundation or basic. Like you can do it with money. Like the suggestion, there's a lot of solar panels to direct electricity on on the buildings, but I think solar panel is just it's just a really basic thing. Like you can just buy it with money. But I think they should like uh, have a team of people plan or create a project which powered with solar panel that would be better. And then the water dispenser, not water dispenser, but yeah. The water dispenser is basically like normal water dispenser, like power. I think lah, but they are still okay, so actually, well, the one that they help that is they collect the water from the lake. Some, yeah, from the somewhere near the university. The water are from there, so I think this is quite nice project. And so I was just the quote that I could say very thank about the journey of thousand miles with a single step. So I think that if we want to do things like help with the SDG, no matter how big it is, at least we start out a single step and then go for
So let's welcome the second speaker, IJ. Okay, so
let's welcome our second speaker, who is also our MC this paper, to present the
I know it's not a question. Well, I won't do it in such smart way because I don't think smart. I'll do it with my own experience. So after coming to KL, I went to stuff, not the trip. I don't need to go LRT to get access to LRT. We need to program that with myself, like people for that and bring in technical issues we have to go solve. And on the jet part, yeah, we need to learn to communicate with jet drivers, like you have to shy, brave, and complicated. But I enjoy it, like they even suggested walls and stuff, like all over. I think I've learned a lot. So I'll talk like about Buku Jalanan Chow Kit. Like as Kraken said, we're actually shocked, right? Because it's under a grocery store. It's at the second floor, and below there is a random grocery store. I was like, wait, this grocery store doesn't look jange. And is it really here? We asked the person that hold up the phone and said yes. So we're upstairs and we thought that, oh, it's just okay. I think at once they like it's very clean and tidy. And it's kind of nice. Yeah, I think so. Then I said, what is this nice thing here? Because Pocket is known to be a rat light area. And according to not this idol, the owner of the and also the founder of the Pocket, that you want to create a space for children to learn comfortably and safely in this kind of red light area. And you want to change reputation that, oh, everyone who lives in here and goes up here is people that aren't that educated or like they so like work in. Well, this is not true. But children here are also students, and it's not everyone who took the same job. So she wanted to change his reputation. And we're quite surprised because they run on SDGs. They teach people like from project-based learning. Like it's kind of similar with what we're doing right now. We're quite surprised. Oh, we even add their Instagram handles. Like we met Farid. Yeah, Farid. He's I think 11 or 12.
Wow.
11, 12. Yeah, 11. Yeah. And then we met Najib, who's like 13. Yeah. Yeah, somewhere there. I guess younger, but they're also. And at first we had that thinking, oh, they are undocumented. They went poor, they don't have ICs. And I think the police is everywhere in the life, which is true. But not like what we imagine. Like they're also kids like us that hobbies, that they games, that they favorite dramas. They go to holidays during their holidays. Yeah, like and we look at stuff. And we're even surprised they also have phones and little gadgets. They use computers which are funded by do it like professionals because they do it for a living. And they share about like the challenges they face in their career, which we feel like is really important to get data accurate while not trying to change their program. People can't just make use of something more efficient, which is not true, right? And we'll touch on it. And the book stuff, well, I think what I learned through this trip is not just knowledge and experiences. We also learned we need to time manage ourselves because I had no time. Like I woke up late and stuff, I got pregnant with me, I packed a little long. And yeah, I actually separated myself from my team when shopping from businesses. I mean, we're separate bags, but yeah, I'm not totally global. So time management for me. And I think it's actually quite a good experience talking with the Grab car drivers because the Grab cars are so long on the road, especially to ideas like we delayed our thing. It's like 1 hour. We're supposed to be there at 4, and then we reach there at 5. When the idea is like everyone like 10 and more than 10 people, yeah, more than 10 people there are staring at the so the delay. And yeah, it's kind of strong. I was gonna say that I don't think that I'm not thinking that thing. I'm thinking on my phone. Yeah, I decided to hold. And I'm actually staring at the problem while thinking about my phone. You know how hard it is to I couldn't tell about it. Like when I was coming to a place, you gotta write phone for it. And I'm supposed to write phone for ideas. And yeah, I wrote my phone. I have to try it. And that's what I learned like talking to people and be brave. Well, thank you so much for the next person to just
almost the same as us. So as you can tell that those children are there without identity card, so they can't go to school. But in this case, their parent doesn't give up, like doesn't leave there alone without giving them education. They still send them to Buku Jalanan Chow Kit. So it's really give the children.
everyone. Morning, everyone. I'm I'm going to a reflection of the camp. Okay, the camp is like a theater, like a event, like a theater style shop. So, and I went there, and they it's like accent, it's like the first of all the big stand there, like a theater, and many books, shelf, and the shelf. And the next day, it's like trip down the first like like yeah, here, yeah, but it's not like and it goes and what and they can study here and they also something that I was not expecting about it. I was not able to yeah, like, yeah, but yeah, exactly, like, but there with decoration that are not very fancy. Like, what? It's like a palace. Yeah, yeah. So there are many leaders, successful leaders, yeah, great prosperity. And when they want
There were rakyat at the parliament there, see the debate. Yeah. The the next day we went to the SDG Summit at International Youth Center, and yeah, so we were like, although it was not that boring, but we really enjoyed ourselves listening to the people having speech like Joel, Miss Joel, and the refugee from Myanmar, is it? Yeah. Called what? Farud, Mr. Farud. Yeah, he told us, he came to Malaysia because his country is not safe, and if he go back, he will get killed. Okay, so the last place is the Kebun-kebun Bangsar. Yeah, it was a good place. I was expecting like a kampong, like just like sayo. Okay, I was expecting there were goats, goose, and Miss Sally. Yeah, I was expecting Miss Sally there. The cow.
Yeah, we don't explain.
Yeah, the cow, Miss Sally.
Yeah.
We really enjoyed the cow. Yeah.
Enjoy.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the cow. Yeah, so okay. So
Eat her.
the
No.
That sounds so wrong.
yeah the
Oh, and the goat.
yeah the goat was also
It's
cute.
so soft. Like,
Yeah, so at the Kebun-kebun Bangsar, it is a good place for Instagramming. Yeah, and a lot of DIY cool stuff is there, like banners, and after that,
bee sting.
wait, no, yeah, bee stinging. Like our beloved Mrs. Sebastian Lim said that the bee doesn't sting. Okay, so who got sting? Raise your hands. Who got sting? Who got sting? Okay.
So our friend who got sting is not even here with us.
Yeah. So my hand got two. Wait. Calm down. I got two bee stung at my left hand. Hey, left hand.
Yeah, you got this thing, right?
Yeah, two bee sting at my left hand, and
Okay.
I was like, okay, never mind lah. But I took pity for Marisa. And like, yeah. So after that, we went to Mid Valley Yeah, so he was Rukun Negara the whole time. So the conclusion is firstly, book your grabs correctly. Don't go to Ideas Hotel. And secondly, time management. We need to wake up before half an hour before the departure.
At least
The departure time when we leave the hotel. And the third one is don't believe bees don't sting. Okay, that's all. Thank you very much.
Now we'll welcome our fourth speaker, which is Mary. Come on, Mary.
Okay,
Yeah. Maybe you might want to move there a bit. Okay.
okay. Good morning. As you know, I'm Mary, and then I would like to elaborate on my first shower in the rain. It also happened at Kebun-kebun Bangsar, but only me and my friend Melanie we got the experience. Why? Because we met the cow. Sadly, everything was so peaceful. We went inside. The goose, I think those were ducks. I think the ducks and the rooster. There's only one rooster apparently, and then there's the rooster and the goats. All of them were very friendly. And then, but when we reached to Sally, everyone just started petting her. I think it's a her. And this is a close up. This is a close up of Sally here. Just now, what teacher Sebastian showed was not that clear, but yeah, there's a close up of Sally. And we played with her, and then we decided to, ascend upwards to see more. And then two of our beloved instructors told us that, oh, don't worry. Wow, those bees again? Kelulut, huh? Those bees were called kelulut. They don't sting, teacher. They were like, they're stingless, just go up, nothing will happen. Oh, sure, okay. We just went up, And then we just ran up until we found out that three of our friends, including Isan, Kai Chen, and one more of our friend, she's currently not here. She's at the clinic because I think the bee stings got to her, I think. And then three of our friends got stung. So we told our instructors, are you sure it's kelulut? No, I don't think so. So we just ran down, and then while we were walking back to the entrance, there's a bee in my hair.
Oh yeah.
And then FYI, I'm terrified of bees. When I heard the idea of going into the ascending upwards and there are bees, I'm gonna cry already. But when I heard that there's stingless, okay lah. But when the statement is false, oh my god, the anxiety and the panic just rose. And then when there's a bee nearby me, I cannot calm down. I had to scream. I think everyone heard me scream at that point. You see? And then when we went out, everyone was calling Grab. And then they all got into Grab. Yeah, and then only one of our instructors, he's also not here. He's with Marissa to the clinic. And then it's me and Melanie over here. We are standing there waiting for the Grab because apparently our instructor doesn't have good luck with Grab because the Grab keep cancelling on him and then he has to keep rebooking the Grab. And then suddenly it rained. Okay, fine. It didn't rain that bad. But when it got to a point, we were soaked. And then let me show you a vid. It was so funny. Look at this. We were under leaves, This was recorded by her and I was beside her. And then we just ran out when we saw the Grab, and then I don't know if you can see in this video, but we were soaking already. We had a shower.
I apologize for the shaky footage. We weren't rushing, okay?
We got into the car. We got into the car without confirming if it was Grab or not. Just imagine if it's not Grab. We just went into a stranger's car. So yeah, that's my very nice shower in the rain in Kebun-kebun Bangsar. And then the thing I'd like to elaborate on my feelings is that I will never ever trust my instructors on bees again. If I see a bee, whatever they say, I'll never trust them again. I don't want to be going to the clinic saying I got stung by a bee because my instructor said it's not. So yeah, that's my very nice experience. And then yeah, that's all from me. So thank you.
Bee instructor.
Thank you for sharing about the touching bees thing and soaking thingy. So now,
Keep the conversation here, yeah? We need to keep extra quiet. The sharing session still continues, okay?
yeah. Now we'll invite the fifth person to share, which is six. Okay, sixth person, including me, which is Melanie. Come on, Melanie.
Oh my, so close. Okay. Hi. I'm Melanie and I'm gonna share my highlights of the places that we visit. And first, I think the first place was Buku Jalanan Chow Kit, and it is a place where the kids, the children that has no IC, and because they have no IC and any like identification card, then they cannot go to school. And it's a place where they help the kids and like teach them. And so I was actually very inspired by all the volunteers that actually came together and actually like whip out their time and like help the kids, because it's really like it's just inspiring. And when I walked in, it was just like, I don't know, it was emotional. I'm like, wow, like they're actually helping. And like I learned a lot about the teens here. And like I was actually shocked, like everyone else, that they actually have mobile phones and like they have Instagrams. And before we left, we actually got their Instagrams to keep in contact and stuff. And like they were actually really fun to talk to. We had like a conversation with a group of girls that is not teenagers, but I think they're around our age. Teenagers. And they told us like how they study, and they showed us their maths homework. And like Mary had like tried doing their maths homework, and we took selfies with I just remember we took selfies with them. Yeah, we took a picture of all of them here, and it was very fun to talk to them, because they are very humorous also. And like they were laughing at us because our BM is BM is questionable, and they were like trying to like speak in simple words so we can understand also, which is that's us. Yeah. And and after that we got to eat not lunch, breakfast with Cikgu Ayu, and we ate nasi lemak. It was very nice. And after that we left. Okay, so that's the highlight of Buku Jalanan. Next was the Parliament. The Parliament was very the building was very cool. The architecture was very nice, and I felt very happy and grateful that I got the chance to go there and learn more about the behind the scenes of Dewan Rakyat. And because you always see them in like news and like YouTube and like live about like about Dewan Rakyat, but I never got the chance to like see it with my own eyes. So it was very fun to experience it myself and with my friends. So it was also very cool to see all the VVIPs that we learned in sejarah and all their seats there in the Dewan Rakyat. We got to see their seats there, and that was very cool too. So that was the highlight for Parliament. And next is, which is yesterday, which is the SDG Youth Summit, and we got a chance to meet a lot of inspirational people during lunch, and also, as everyone said, we met a Myanmar refugee, and he shared a lot of his like stories, like a lot of his personal stories, and like I was very touched by it. And also I can tell that it's really not that easy to go through all of that, and like he was telling us that it's a privilege that we're all here, and that's like also like a really good reminder that we should all be grateful that we can experience all of this together. And to sum it all out, like the conclusion for the whole entire trip was that I'm really happy that I got the chance to bond with my ChampSpeak friends, and like we had a lot of late night talks with my roommates, and like we got a chance to we got a chance to like to learn to know all of them here, even with the boys. We talk a lot until you see my voice right now. You see my voice right now. So yeah, and other than that, it also gave me a reminder to be more grateful that I'm able to come here and experience all of this. And that is all. Thank you.
Moral of the story. Don't
Thanks for Melanie's story sharing. So now we'll have our next speaker, which is Isabel. Actually, it's second last. Yeah, good. Welcome, Isabel.
Okay. So hi. So I'll be sharing my experience in this 4-day 3-night trip in KL with Champs. So my first highlight of this whole trip is, as everyone mentioned, the Buku Jalanan. We were all very amazed by how although they were like they are not really registered under as Malaysian citizens, they actually get to have like all these benefits like us. And also as Mabel said, we were like a bit skeptical about the entrance of Buku Jalanan, because like it wasn't really a grocery store. It was like a kedai runcit with like a person selling all the
Yeah, it looks like that store has a lot of history.
yeah, a lot of history. And then we told Miss Ayu, was it Ayu, saying that it was like a bodyguard for Buku Jalanan. Yeah, that's the one. And then we were also felt a bit of a sympathy for them, because yeah, as I said earlier, that they are not really registered as Malaysian citizens, so they don't really have the full benefits of the facilities in Malaysia. So then the second highlight would be the parliament. I'm actually amazed by how many people are needed to run Malaysia. There were actually a lot. Yeah. And how many were there? I don't remember.
How
Anyways.
many parliamentarians?
I only know the seats, like 220.
66,
I remember seeing 70 senators.
Senators, 70, yeah?
But there are only 64 senators,
Yeah.
so there's 6 kosong.
6 kosong. Then after that, since my team, Mary and Lun Kai Chen, we had to like write a poem for the parliamentary. So then we had to squeeze our brain juice out, because we didn't really get much of an inspiration. Should I tell the joke?
Yes.
Are we doing this now?
Yes.
Okay. So then the joke that we made for this trip, for this parliament, was like, what makes the how was it?
Country
What's the country without law? And then Mary came up with the idea of lawless. But because like
It's a Gen Z joke, is it?
okay.
Most of it, right?
We just made it up, so
Okay.
we're not sure.
As long as you all get it, that's fine.
Okay, so the third one would be ideas. When we went to Ideas, not the Ideas Hotel. We actually, long story short, we got the wrong location. So then we went to Ideas Hotel instead of the Ideas that we were supposed to go to. So then when we reached that location, because we were the last team, Mary, Mabel, and I were the last team to reach the Ideas building. So then we went a little adventurous because we had to find the place on our own using Google Maps, and also we felt sorry for the staff because they had to wait like 1 hour for us to reach, and also a bit amazed by how much research they do for this country, and also a bit embarrassed by Mabel's speech today. I'm sorry. Sorry. No, but it was a good one. It was a good one. It was a very good one.
Yeah.
So then,
It's okay.
yeah, and also as Melanie said, we had like late night talks till like last night. It was around 3.
Yeah.
It was around 3.
And something terrifying happened. With a
We shall not talk about that.
Okay.
Okay, so the whole trip, to sum up the whole trip is, I felt very happy, very relaxed, and also like curious about everything, and also had fun going out with everyone here, and that's it. Thank you.
Is Marissa here?
Marissa, no, huh?
Yeah.
So Marissa's not going to join.
So thank you for your jokes and humorous sharing. Our last speaker is supposed to be Marissa, our friend who got stung by a bee. Yeah, don't laugh, okay? Yeah, she it's actually painful. Like, like when she at the what I call mall, she had her hand like this because she can't put it here. It's gonna hurt. Yeah,
So
we probably
she
put
lifted
her
it
up.
up all
Yeah,
the way.
and we had I did it with her so she don't feel awkward.
And then the
I think it turns out like other way. Yeah.
How many person? 5%.
Okay, yeah. So she can't be here, but I believe she's learned a lot of things with us. Like we had a lot of fun chatting and stuff. Yeah.
Picture pass sharing session from you.
Yeah.
Good.
But I want to know why do you think that they are not I don't want to know this.
I first of all, I'm very proud of this bunch of champions behind us. Yeah. They have made me a better human being after 4 days being with them. I think we have all tasted each other's antics. How nice and also how fussy each of us can be, right? But it was very refreshing to see all of you first time looking at a lot of things. Yeah, I remember when you walked down Petaling Street, we were at Jalan Sultan. The first night we reached KL, I heard many of you say that, wow, I've never seen this side of KL before. And this side of KL was the side where the homeless were sleeping by the streets. You had hawkers by the streets. You had tourists walking around. You had people doing dodgy professions standing around waiting for their customers, right? You've seen the world a bit more real than you would see in Miri. In Miri, I believe we are a bit more sheltered.
Yeah.
So I hope this trip will inspire you to take on the burden. And the burden is this. Whatever happens around us, we have a choice, right? I just talked to Miss Tanman about this. Teacher Sylvester and I feel very sensitive about all these things. When we see the homeless by the streets at night, we bring back that image to us as we go to bed, right? And as you sleep on your pillow, you remember, that man by the street just now, how is he sleeping? Does he have a blanket and all this? And sometimes I also wonder if this is correct, because the way that we teach you at Champs Education, we want to pass this burden down to you. But we don't promise that being in such a state is very comfortable. It is very agonizing sometimes because you feel many problems are your problems, right? So I want to leave you with one message, which is to choose and pick your battles, right? You pick your battles, but you want to remember one thing. We all come from families who are privileged. Your families can afford to send you on these trips. Likewise with my family, right? I graduated, I had an education center to take care of. And we want to cherish this opportunity because like I talked to Cikgu Rahayu, I said, teacher, what you do here make me feel so small. You are helping the street children go to school, and I'm helping rich children have a better experience of school. And Cikgu Rahayu gave me a message that our role here at Champs is to bring you closer to whatever's happening at the lower levels of society, right? And you will all be the Cikgu Rahayus next time. You'll be the teachers who want to make a change. You'll be the engineers who want to invent things that can change the world. And we hope this is something that you can bring back. That's all from me, and I'm going to pass to your smart teacher who introduced this teacher sharing session, Miss Tanman. Miss Tanman, come.
Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Miss Tanman. And these are my students. I wasn't with them during the first 2 days of the trip, but I was with them at night to like supervise them. They're a very fun bunch of kids, and I think it was very nice to see them grow, like their thoughts, their thinking process changed a lot. I think, especially when they were talking to the refugee, you could see they were paying a lot of attention, and they were quite. I think they were quite surprised. Were you guys surprised or? Yeah, because we've learned about refugees a lot. We had a lot of topics covering, like, you know, the session we had, take 10 things you have to like leave your home right now. But then we had that one activity, right? Like,
we did that and go to airport.
yeah. So and now they were actually meeting a refugee for real. So I think this trip was very beneficial for all of them. And yeah, it was nice seeing them in real life after like teaching them online for so long. Yeah, that's all from me. Thank you. I will pass it to teacher Sylvester.
Hi everybody, I'm Sylvester. This group of teens, this is a chance to teach soft skills that we cannot cover in class. Yeah. In the development of a person, there are things that you learn in school. There are things that you learn outside school. There are things that you cannot document into a book that you just learn along the way. Yeah, like things like you have to call someone. Okay. So trips like this gives Tanman, Sebastian, and myself a chance to mingle more with them, so that I can see these parts and I can tell them, hey, I think you cannot do that to me. You also cannot do that to anyone else because it's not cool, right? Yeah. And I think they are pushed out of their comfort zones. They know about the Grab and all that? A bit, huh? Yeah, they are pushed out of their comfort zones. They are asked to bear responsibilities that usually you don't have to worry about if you're on a typical school trip, but this is not a typical school trip. This is a ChampSpeak trip, right? So a lot of them are also put into very trying circumstances lah. And most surprisingly, I feel we had a few accidental geniuses. Yeah. I did anyone talk about her speech already? Her little presentation?
Didn't.
Not really. Yeah.
Isabel mentioned she was embarrassed.
Yeah. So for every place that we visit, we have nominated somebody to do a reaction, write down a reaction, a reflection about that place. So the place that we visited, Ideas, the person in charge was this one here, here, okay, Mabel. And Mabel not only wrote the piece, she wrote the piece and then she stopped the whole hand over everything and she said, words that are written down and not read out is probably only 50% of the efficacy, or we don't fully appreciate. So she decided to, she said, I would like to read out this piece for you. And her friends all scrambled and they all like poof, disappeared, okay? In fact, to be honest, I was trying very hard to be supportive, Mabel, though I felt that it was like, this is interestingly awkward, okay? This is interestingly awkward. But when she started, and even the people who were there, they were just like, they were just being very kind and very courteous. They were, okay, all right, sure, no problem, read up. But when she presented, by the second line, they were all ears. The minute she finished, they swarmed around that piece of handwritten work. If you see it, honestly, the quality for these guys, if they handed that work to me in class, we would have rejected it because, they were handwriting errors and all this sort of thing. But suddenly that presentation let people truly appreciate the writing. And they swarmed around that piece of work. And the 3 people from Ideas, their operations officer and all that, it gave value to that piece of reaction. So those are little accidental geniuses that we experience. So I want to thank Mabel for pushing through and insisting on reading it. And also, this group of teens, there are some things that you cannot learn in class. Like, for example, when Mary was not feeling well. Melanie was really affected. She was empathizing with Mary. And when she met me and the boys,
and Teacher Sil, and Teacher Bas,
everyone she met, she gave all of us an earful. Always an earful. So, yeah, we all kena. You tak kena because you were sitting in the corner, but we all kena marah by Melanie. Okay.
I said, guys, we are waiting for you guys.
So these are all things that intangible things that it's very difficult to learn in class. That you have to be in this situation, be out of your comfort zone. Then you get to experience it. My hope is they all walk away with something that will stay with them for life, that will help them look at things differently. So now when we say the word refugees, it's not just a social issue or an international issue. We see faces, we remember stories, we remember people. It's to put names and faces to issues. At Parliament, there are still 3 more slots where they can hang the portrait of the Prime Minister. So we've already planted in them that, hey guys, maybe the next slot, you won't be in time but the next 2 slots, it's quite possible. So those are little things that they should look at. Generally, show of fingers, out of 10, how many marks would you rate this trip? Ready, steady, go.
9.5. 9.5.
9.5, 7.5, okay. Okay, alright. Okay, who's doing wrap up?
I think that's it.
That's it, alright. So this is all for our reflection. Please, it is going to be on Facebook and YouTube. Parents, if you want to look through again, see what they experience, you can counter check their stories on the live and what they tell you. Okay. And I'm sure they enjoyed it. We enjoyed taking them around.
Yes.
It's a very hectic, jam-packed trip. Hopefully mind-blowing. That's most important. Hopefully mind-blowing. Okay? Alright, thank you everybody. Bye. Bye.
Champs love you.